The South Africa Medal, often referred to as the Zulu War Medal, is a campaign medal which was instituted in 1880 and awarded by the British government to members of the British Army, Royal Naval Brigade and Colonial volunteers who were involved in a series of South African tribal wars in the Cape of Good Hope colony of Natal and Transvaal between 1877 and 1879, most notably for the Anglo-Zulu War of 1879. Institution. In 1854, Queen Victoria had given approval for the award of the South Africa Medal to members of the British Army who had served in any one of the three South African Xhosa Wars of 1834–36, 1846–47 and 1850–53 on the eastern frontier of the Cape of Good Hope. Between 1877 and 1879 a number of particularly difficult punitive expeditions were mounted by the British against Xhosa, Zulu and Basuto tribes in the eastern area of the Cape of Good Hope and northern Natal, as well as against the Brigade of Chief Sekhukhune in the northern Transvaal. In 1880 a medal was sanctioned for these campaigns, which was a new version of the South Africa Medal with an altered reverse design, while Army Ord No. 103 of August 1880, which instituted the new South Africa Medal, made no mention of any change in design of the 1854 medal. The year 1853, in the older medal's reverse exig was replaced by a military trophy consisting of a Zulu ox-hide shield and four crossed assegais. The obverse of the new medal remained identical to that of the earlier medal. Award criteria. The new version of the medal was instituted in 1880 to recognize service in a number of campaigns over the preceding 3 years to bring the eastern area of the Cape of Good Hope and northern Natal under British control, which effectively meant the pacification by force of the unruly local tribes. The medal could be awarded to all personnel, British regular forces, colonial volunteers and native levies included, who had served in any of the campaigns in South Africa between September 1877 and December 1879. The military operations during this period were a series of separate campaigns against specific tribes, and the unrest would eventually culminate in the Anglo-Zulu War in 1879. Hence, the medal is often referred to as the Zulu War Medal. Altogether 7 different clasps were awarded to display the years in which the recipient had actually served in any of these campaigns. The campaigns were the Gaika-Jikalika War from the 26th of September 1877 to the 28th of June 1878, the action against Chief Ploquane from 21 to the 28th of January 1878, the Griqua War from the 24th of April to the 13th of November 1878, the action against Chief Sekhukhune in late 1878, the Anglo-Zulu War from the 11th of January to the 1st of September 1879, the action against the uprising in Basutoland under Chief Moiro C from the 25th of March to the 20th of November 1879, and the second action against Chief Sekhukhune for the 11th of November to the 2nd of December 1879. Zululand. King Cetshwayo campaigned became king of the Zulus in 1873, but had been their effective ruler since 1856. Cetshwayo perceived the British as a threat to his rule and embarked upon a program to equip his army with muskets, while inciting revolts among other tribes all along the British and Boer borders with the Zulus. Actions to counter these revolts and attacks escalated and led to reinforcements being sent from Britain over the course of 1878 to quell Cetshwayo and his uprisings. Guyka-Gcaleka War. The Guyka-Gcaleka War was a series of punitive campaigns which resulted from the attacks of the Gcaleka and Guyka tribes on a protected people, the Fengu. The campaigns against the insurgent Gcaleka and Guyka lasted some 8 months and were carried out by local colonial forces as well as contingents of both the British Army and the Royal Navy serving ashore. The Guyka-Gcaleka War, which became known as the Ninth Cape Frontier War, ended with the annexation of the Transkei, homeland of the Gcaleka peoples, to the Cape of Good Hope. Second Wars. Once the Guyka-Gcaleka War was settled, those forces not embroiled in the developing conflict in Zululand were employed against a Basuto tribe in the northern Transvaal. The Wikipedia of Chief Sekun, whose raids had begun to affect tribes under British protection, after an initial sally against his fortress at Thabuyaliolo in late 1878 had proved ineffective. A larger force overran his fortress in November 1879. The defenders of the fortress were killed almost to a man, largely by African soldiery. Anglo-Zulu War. Even though an independent commission had adjudged in 1878 that most of the Zulu claims to border territories were justified, the repeated infractions and raids which were either perpetrated or provoked by the Zulu subjects of Seshwayo led to a decision by the British commissioner in the area, Sir Henry Bartle Frere, to finally reduce the independence of the Zulu kingdom. He demanded a complete disarmament on the part of the Zulus and the imposition of a British residency. When Seshwayo ignored this demand, British forces invaded Zululand in January 1879. After an initial British defeat in the Battle of Isandlwana, reinforcements ensured British victory in the Battle of Ulundi, after which most of the Zulu chiefs sought peace. Seshwayo became a fugitive and was eventually captured and imprisoned in Cape Town. Order of Wear. Campaign medals and stars are not listed by name in the order of wear prescribed by the British Central Chancery of the Orders of Knighthood, but are all grouped together as taking precedence after the Queen's Medal for Chiefs and before the Polar Medals, in order of the date of the campaign for which awarded. In the order of wear of British campaign medals, the South Africa Medal takes precedence after the Ashanti Medal and before the Afghanistan Medal. South Africa with effect from 6 April 1952, when a new South African set of decorations and medals was instituted to replace the British awards used to date. The older British decorations and medals applicable to South Africa continued to be worn in the same order of precedence, but, with the exception of the Victoria Cross, took precedence after all South African orders, decorations and medals awarded to South Africans on or after that date. Of the official British campaign medals which were applicable to South Africans, the South Africa Medal takes precedence as shown, preceded by the South Africa Medal, succeeded by the Cape of Good Hope General Service Medal. Description. The medal was struck in silver and is a disc, 36 mm in diameter, with a swiveling suspender. Obverse. The medal's obverse displays the diademed head of Queen Victoria, facing left. The medal is inscribed Victoria at left and Regina at right around the perimeter. Reverse. The reverse shows a crouching lion on a plinth in front of a protea bush with a single flower. The medal is inscribed South Africa around the top perimeter and has a military trophy consisting of a Zulu ox-hide shield and 4 crossed assegais in the exit. Clasps. 7 clasps were awarded, respectively inscribed as shown below, to recipients who had served in a campaign in the year or each of the years as denoted on the clasp. 1877, 153 clasps were awarded. 1877–8, 5,822 clasps were awarded. The 9th of August 1877, 3,525 clasps were awarded to recipients who had qualifying service in all 3 years. 1877-9, 8 clasps were awarded to recipients who had qualifying service in 1877 and 1879, with no service in 1878. 1878, 2009 clasps were awarded. 1878-9, 1,185 clasps were awarded. 1879, 18,332 clasps were awarded. Ribbon. The ribbon is similar to that of the South Africa Medal, but with wider blue pinstripe bands. It is 32 mm wide, with a 2.5 mm wide golden-yellow band, a 4 mm wide blue band, a 3 mm wide golden-yellow band and a 1 mm wide blue band, repeated in reverse order and separated by an 11 mm wide golden-yellow band. Recipients. A total of 37,144 medals were awarded, of which 5,610 were awarded without a clasp, in respect of service during the Anglo-Zulu War in 1879. Any members of the military who had been mobilized in Natal but who had not crossed the Tugela River into Zululand received the medal without a clasp. This included naval shore parties. Since fighting was confined to the northern side of the Tugela, the no-clasp medals are frequently viewed as non-combat awards.